Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Leaks Ride and Custom, Brian here. Yeah, so just a little update. Not much of anything is going on in here. Patches still looks like patches, hasn't changed. I got a disaster still. Chevette's out of here, moved the Thunderchicken over there. Just a mess right now, trying to get stuff cleaned up. There's the carburetor I had on the Thunderchicken before. There's the one I bought off eBay that said it was complete. It's not complete. 600 Holley 1850. There is the one I bought. I got this one off of Craigslist. I was told it was an Avenger 670, but it's not. I ran the numbers on it. It's a flat top Holley 800 CFM vacuum secondary. So I was trying to get the vehicle to run, and I could get it to fire off of gas, but it would not pull out of the carburetor at all. Could not figure out what the heck was going on. Pulled the carburetor apart, made sure everything was clean. Everything's perfectly clean. No issues with it. Carburetor was wonderful. The guy that had it before had it on a, I think it was a Pontiac 455, and said it ran great. Had no issues with it. So going through and checking everything, found that I figured it didn't have any vacuum. That's why I wasn't pulling out of the intake or the idle circuit for the carburetor. So I went ahead and pulled all the spark plugs out, and went and grabbed a compression tester and actually tested this thing. I only tested 4 cylinders because that's all I needed to test before I knew that I was screwed. So I tested cylinder number 1. That one was 60 pounds. Cylinder number 5 here was 80 pounds. Cylinder 6 was 0, and cylinder 7 was 60 pounds. Well, that in itself told me I'm pulling the engine one way or another. So guess this thing's coming back out. It is what it is. I've been talking to my wife about it, and I'm a diehard Mustang guy, but this is what I have. This is what I was able to get. So she said, just sell it all, get rid of it, and let's work on getting a Mustang instead. So I'm going to listen to her. We're going to get a Mustang. Don't know when. Hopefully within the next month or so. I want to try and get rid of this thing. Nobody wanted to buy it the last time I had it for sale, but hopefully we'll get rid of it this time. I've had a couple Mustangs in the past. I had an 85 notchback. Kind of wish I still had that one. I was originally a 4-cylinder 5-speed, and I took and put a 351 with a C6 in it, and that thing was fast. Bone stock 351 2-barrel. It was not a very powerful engine, but that car moved. And then I had a 94, first year of the SN95. That was a rolling chassis when I got it, and I went through, tubbed it out, was putting a full cage in it, the whole 9 yards, and I screwed up by reusing a cross member off of a different vehicle. I had got the 4-link out of a S10 budget stuff, the whole 9-inch, everything. It was a nice 9-inch built, narrow. It was probably too narrow for the car, but I had added tubing because I was trying to stay on a budget to the center, the main cross member, and it didn't get welded straight. No matter how hard you try, you're not going to get the tubing straight if you don't have reinforcement on the inside, and I didn't, so everything was off. The car would still move, still run, still drive, but you could not get the suspension adjusted right. I couldn't get it square, everything was binding, so I just gave up on that one and let it go. So I've at least driven this one at the track once. Guess it's time to let it go. So I'm going to start pulling this thing back apart. There's no point in showing that again because I've already shown that video once before. Actually, it's 2 videos, but we'll get hopefully working on patches here soon. So the 800 CFM carburetor, it's a spread bore. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that yet. The 600 that I have here, I'm actually gonna take and cut off the 4 barrels and not use them, block them off, and I'm gonna use that on patches as a blow through. I know it's goofy, but being that's a vacuum secondary, and it doesn't work very good with turbos, but all I need is 2 barrels. That should be plenty of gas for that little engine. Spark plugs that were in the 460, these were brand new. So here's the cylinder that had no compression, so it had plenty of blow by. That was the bad one. Majority of the other cylinders were actually not bad. That one's got a little bit. That one had a little bit of oil. The back 4 cylinders actually look a lot better than their front 4. But it's just it's not worth me messing around with to try and make it happen. So see if I can find a Mustang with a V8 so I don't have to worry about the rear end and all that other fun stuff that I don't want to deal with right now. Something that I can drive and take to the track and have fun with. So just figured I'd give everybody out there a little heads up. If you like what I'm doing here, subscribe it, hit the like button, and keep watching. Until then, we'll talk to you later.